Holy shit. This is a ganja store. 2.5 years ago, marijuana was illegal in Thailand. And now, all of this, and it's legal. And it's real, it's not fake marijuana. This is buds, this is cannabis. This is beautiful. And Seams is helping me today. I got 2 grams of hybrid and 2 grams of sativa today. I'm gonna try it out. Oh, it's been like 8 months since I've had access to marijuana. This is so gorgeous. Oh man. Weederland? All right, this is Ryan at Disruptarian.com, Disruptarian Radio. I just wanted to show what I found in Thailand. I didn't know it was legal here. I thought it was still illegal. I know it was only like 5 or 10 years ago they caned a couple of people who brought concentrates across their border. I think they were Americans. Anyway, I don't know if you can see that. That is a sativa. I can't read that because I just don't have my glasses. I'm sure you could probably read that. That's where I got it from, and that is the name of that strain. I got a receipt, the whole deal. It was a full legit store. I'll show you some video of that. Got me a grinder. I got me a free joint, but of course, I smoked it already. I got some hybrid. This is a sativa and indica hybrid, about 50-50. As 50-50 as it gets here anyway. I'll show you their selection. It wasn't, Western standards. It was just a beginnings, like when we first had medical marijuana and people opened up little medical stores. Oh, here's my grinder. Okay, I was wondering what they meant by a grinder. This is a papers, filter, grinder, and tray all in one. I can't remember what I paid for this. 130 baht, Thai baht, I believe. So there's that. And then just for dual strength, because I don't think that's going to be sufficient, I went and bought this for 100 baht. I don't know how to operate it yet. I'm just impressed. Thailand, in the last 2.5 years, oh, there it is. Okay, it's just a plastic grinder. It's a little container that you can keep it in, which is nice, just a little bit. So I guess I'll grind it up, but this is something surprising to me. I've been in the Philippines for the last 8 months. Philippines does not have legal marijuana. Not only do they not have legal marijuana, but their president, former president, the last president, Rodrigo Duterte, is in The Hague right now in the International Criminal Court because apparently allegedly, I'll say allegedly, I don't know the actual truth of the matter, I just hear what I hear on the local radio and news, but apparently he murdered 6,000 low-level, mostly, I'm sure there were some high-level ones too, but like he commissioned people in the government, whether it be police or local judges or prosecutors, I don't know. He commissioned a mass, basically, extermination of all levels of drug dealer. Now this grinder really sucks. It's locked in. It's grinding at its full capacity. Maybe if I go backwards too. Anyway, not a great grinder. A great grinder on the go for tourists, I'm sure. Easy to discard. Still not doing the job. Maybe I put too much in. Maybe a full gram will not work. Anyway, I'm going to be rolling a gram now. Anyway, I don't usually do these videos. I've shown a couple of my grows maybe a decade ago, long before legalization anyway. And I used to protest and get signatures to pass, decriminalizing cannabis. Legalization is a whole different thing. It's very statist, very socialist. Decriminalization means it just removes all criminal penalties and it replaces it with like nothing. So it's just like a cucumber, just like a carrot. It's like any vegetable at the farmer's market. So if I take off that cap, sorry, so I was using it wrong. User error, it's actually not a bad grinder. So this is the brand. I don't know who they are. I'm not getting paid for this, just information. Yeah, that was it. I had a little too much and I wasn't using the right process. So now I'm going to stick in a full gram and we'll see how that works. Imagine it does pretty good. Anyway, my friend Steve is here, Steve Sarich. He's lived in Chiang Mai for 6.5 years. Told me years ago he'd be working on this to legalize cannabis in Thailand. This man, I don't know, what lengths he went to, but he does take himself very seriously when it comes to freedom. Whether it be freedom to defend yourself in your own home, or whether it be freedom to ingest God-grown plants. So I love Steve. I haven't met him again. I think the last time we talked was maybe 2014. Maybe later. No, I think it was 2014. And loved the guy. I didn't like him at first because he was against legalization in Washington. And then I saw what legalization was becoming, and I sided with Steve and changed my beliefs drastically on things like I-502. It wasn't legalization at all cost, because sometimes legalization costs people everything, such as the cottage growers, the original OGs, the ones that actually broke the law and risked their freedom to grow cannabis. So I don't like I-502. I'm glad that we have more freedom, but then at the same time, a lot of freedom was taken away with this lottery system and the commercial aspect and given to very wealthy people who didn't need the money. They were already in business, like that Ezra fella and a couple of others. So there's papers in this, and there's filters in this, and I'm just gonna fold this. I don't know if you probably all have done this a million times, but I fold it into like hexagonal or square shapes, triangle shapes, and then it kind of creates an inner barrier. Nope, I didn't get it that time. Oh, it's because I got two and it's, okay. Anyway, we'll get it this time. I rolled with two. But I do like having some overlap where there is more of a filter, not to filter out anything other than biological matter, hard materials, raw materials. You don't want that going into your mouth when it's all on fire. Anyway, so it's not perfect, but you can see it's got a little split there that works to resist any flow. So, and I'll put that in here, and I will roll one in celebration of Thailand's freedom. I gotta look up the story, and I'll post a link in the description eventually about what happened here. If you look it up, you'll find it yourself. But there was two people, I think they were a couple, that brought, I don't know, a small amount of marijuana. It wasn't like they were trafficking. It was just the existence of the substance. I don't have enough to roll a full blunt here, spliff that is. So I don't use tobacco. I haven't used tobacco in so many years I can't even remember the last time I used tobacco, but it's been decades. And I only use cannabis. So this would be a spliff, not a blunt, as I understand it. Now, look it up for yourself. I don't know all the slangy slang terms of the way things change, but things do change, and slangy slang differs from one generation to the next. So I would call this a spliff, 100% cannabis, marijuana cigarette. It's not a cone. I didn't roll up enough for a cone, and honestly my tolerance is low because I've been in the Philippines for 8 months and I haven't used. First time I was able to medicate and partake, I wouldn't say use because it sounds like a drug term. This is just an herb. Last time I partook, was in Eugene. When I dropped my daughter off, I went to the dispensary. I went to Tracktown Dispensary and bought, I don't know how many pre-rolls. I got a pre-roll with this, I think I told you. Because I bought more than 3 grams, they gave me this. It was like a gram sized spliff. Okay, I'm ready to go smoke this. But yeah, I just smoke it outside. I went down the street smoking it like I would in the US, like I usually do. I can't smoke it in my condo, and they just have certain rules, so I won't be. But I just find it amazing that Thailand got balls and declared freedom, and Philippines is still lagging. They were an American territory. They're not anymore. They're their own nation, but for 50 years they were an American territory. Before that, they were Spanish territory. I mean, both the Americans and the Spanish have legal cannabis. Why doesn't the Philippines by now? Even Thailand, baby, beautiful. I smoked some of this. I smoked this pre-roll, and it's gorgeous. It's well grown and procured and cured afterwards, and everything. It's great. So limited quantity, limited variety, maybe 10 strains or 12 strains, but very nice, bud tender, and awesome little place to shop. See how organized the streets are? See how there's no traffic and there's no honking? And all of the streets are clean. There's absolutely no garbage anywhere. This is Thailand. This is the way it should be. And for it to be so cheap here, it blows me away. It's so much easier to live, you know? And petrol is fairly cheap. I don't know if you can see that. But everything here is affordable. Everything here is clean. And it's not noisy and it's not crazy. And of all the best sports there are, they're playing soccer here. I did not see soccer in the Philippines, or football as we should call it. And that is my apartment.